Yeah.
Hey guys, Happy Conscious Gal here. I thought I would do a beanbag vlog today. Love this beanbag, it's massive. It's my massive blonde beanbag. I live in it, so I don't know why I've never shot a vlog in it before. My cat's wandering around, so you'll probably see him. Anyway, I've got lots to update you on. I think it's been about a week since I've done a traditional how is my round going vlog. I did do, oh there he goes. I did do a vlog a few days ago about the whole ex-boyfriend catch-up-a-thon, but it's been a while since I've given you any stats or anything like that, so I'm going to let you know how it's going. As of today, I'm officially a number I've never seen before in my life. The last time I vlogged about my weight, I think I told you that I had hit 63 kilograms, which is a number I've never seen before on a scale in my whole life. Well, as of today, I'm 62.6, which is, I mean, way below any number I've ever seen. As I said, the lowest number I've ever seen is 64 kilograms, so it's pretty amazing. It's been a pretty interesting week on the scales. I will show you my special, incredibly over-the-top type A chart that you all laugh at, but I had a big lesson on how useful this chart is this week because it really helped me. I'll tell you how. Anyway, so I think I last spoke to you, so let's just take it from a week ago, last Thursday, today's Thursday. I was 64.2 kilograms, 141.5 pounds. Then I dropped 0.6 pounds to 140.9 pounds, 63.9 kilograms on the Friday. On the Saturday, I was down 0.2 pounds again, 140.7, 63.8 kilograms. The following day, I was down 0.7 pounds, pretty amazing. Really amazing, given actually I'd only had 5 hours sleep the night before, because that was the day I woke up to see my ex and have breakfast with him. And as you guys know, I didn't get much sleep because it was a very early breakfast. I had to meet him at 6:30 in the morning. So even though I'd had only 5 hours sleep, I still dropped 0.7 of a pound. So that was amazing. The following day was the biggest shock of all. Oh, there's my cat again. Oh, he's so funny. I actually dropped 0.9, so basically a pound, which was amazing since I dropped 0.7 the day before. That was just unbelievable. And I'll tell you why in a minute. So that brought me to 139.1, 63.1 kilograms. Then I had 2 really weird days where my weight went up, which I'll tell you why in a minute. First it went up 0.2 pounds, back up to 193.3, 63.2 kilograms, so it was back up again. Then yesterday, my weight went up by 0.7 pounds, which was, took me back up to 140, 63.5 kilograms. But today, I was back down by 2 pounds, so I'm back at I'm down to 138, which is my 62.6 kilograms. So, a bit of a roller coaster this week, so I'll tell you why. As you saw, for the first 4 days of the week, I was just going down, 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 averaging about half a pound a day, which is what I've been averaging for the last 2 weeks. Then, for 2 days, my weight went up. First it went up a little bit, then it went up a lot. The day it went up a little bit, I had just had a very small amount of sleep, maybe only 5 hours. Again, it was about the 4th day in a row I'd only had 5 hours sleep. Basically, I had all the stuff with my ex-boyfriend, and then also, you guys know I'm writing this book about HCG, and I've got so passionate about it. Everyone's writing me questions and comments and sharing their challenges with HCG, and I'm getting all excited, and I just keep getting more ideas, and I'm making book covers, and I'm doing the whole thing. So I've gone into one of my hyper-creative modes, which is fine. I actually follow a system called time gnosis, which tells you each day what number you are on your numerology, where your energy is. Are you having a really productive day where you should get stuff out into the world, like an 8 day, which is a power day, or a 1 day, which is a day for launching things? Or if you're having a 7 day, it means you've got to go very introverted, or a 5 day, you might go a bit introverted. So I follow that, and what's been interesting is it doesn't just tell you your numbers for the day, it tells you your numbers for the month and for the year. And at the moment, I'm in an 8 year, which is a power year. As of about 4 days ago, I went into an 8 month. So I'm in an 8 month and an 8 year, which is why about 4 days ago, my energy just went like this. In terms of being productive, I just started writing, working. So, you know, I think there's a bit to be said for that it's not just random. It's actually how my energy is flowing at the moment in terms of my numerology and stuff. If you don't believe in that, then just ignore everything I said. If you do, you'll find it interesting. If you want to find out more about that, I'll pop the link to where I learned about it, where you just pay like $30, I think, and every day it sends you what your number is for the day. It's actually very interesting. I really find it fun. I don't 100% believe it, but I find it fascinating because it seems to sync very clearly with my energy. Anyway, putting all that aside, I've just been very excited about this book. It's going really, really well. Thank you all so much for all the stuff you've been writing to me. I'm just getting so many downloads of ideas and stuff that I can say to help people. And I'm just so excited to be doing something that people want and that is so helpful and that can be my contribution back. But the downside is I've been staying up till 3 or 4 in the morning writing and not getting any sleep because my alarm goes off at 9 every day. So if I go to bed at 3 or 4, I only get 5 hours sleep. I like to go to bed at midnight or 1 and get 8 or 9 hours sleep normally. So that's my own learning. It's my own Achilles heel, as you all know, the urge to stay up late. And I've been really good this round. I've been going to bed at midnight, getting 9 hours, 8 hours every night, except for those 4 days where I really didn't. So I put on a bit, and then the day when I put on 0.9 pounds, not only had I had no sleep again, I had another 5 hours sleep, but I also ate very late at night, like about 2 in the morning or something. I was hungry and I made my dinner because I'd been so busy working I hadn't even eaten. I made miracle noodles, so I went to bed with like a tummy full of miracle noodles. Woke up 5 hours later. No wonder I weighed so much on the scales compared to the day before. But also I had my first chocolate delight on the whole round that day. So I don't know if it was a combination of having had no sleep 5 days in a row, having a tummy full of miracle noodles, plus having done my first chocolate delight, which I actually ate at a point in the day when I wasn't hungry. So I think it's different. I should think it's different if you eat that when you're really, really hungry. Your body uses the energy. At that point when I ate it, I just was rioting and felt like some. So I think that's probably why my body put the weight on. Anyway, so what did I do? The following day, I ate really just my normal amounts, didn't have chocolate delight again, just my normal food with extra protein that I've been having every day for the last 2 weeks. Ate about 500 calories, which is pretty standard for me. And made sure I went to bed at 9:30 p.m. Given I wake up at 9 a.m., that's a big sleep. I probably fell asleep around, I don't know, 10:30 or something by the time I read my book and thought about stuff. So, or maybe 11. Anyway, I reckon I got about 10.5 hours sleep all up because I woke up a bit earlier than 9. I had about 10.5 hours sleep. Woke up today having dropped not just the 0.9 that I had put on, but plus another 1.1. So 2 pounds less. So as I said, that now brings me down to 138, 62.6. Oh, I forgot to say that on the day where I dropped 0.9 pounds, which was when I woke up on Monday, the day before, I had actually had mac nuts for the first time on this protocol. I forgot to tell you that. And the reason I did was I was at the market buying food and I hadn't had time to cook before I went, so I hadn't eaten anything all day except for an apple. And I was really, really hungry. And I thought, you know what? If I'm ever going to try mac nuts on this protocol, I'm going to try them while I'm really, really hungry, because then my body will probably just use the energy and it won't store it. And also MCTs, which is medium chain triglycerides, which is what is in mac nuts, tend to get stored anyway. But my thinking was, if I eat it early enough in the day and when I'm hungry, my body will use it. And it was true, because I ate 10 whole mac nuts and I still had one of my biggest releases I've had in the whole protocol the next day, 0.9. So, whereas when I ate the chocolate delight, as I told you, I ate it when I wasn't hungry. So my body probably just went, oh, well, we'll store this. So that's a big lesson for me. If I am ever at the market again, which is where the mac nuts are, then if I'm really hungry, I'll allow myself to buy a few. And if I'm not, I won't. And that's how I'm going to allow it over the rest of this round. It's probably only be once a week that I'm there, or twice a week anyway, but just thought I'd let you know that. So what have we learned from that? Well, I have learned that I just need to go to bed. Very simple. But what's interesting about it, and why I really encourage you to do mega measurements, is I didn't panic on the day when my weight went up by 0.9 pounds, because, by the way, my weight's never gone up at any point in the protocol. In my whole first 63-day round, I never had a single gain. It was only ever a loss. A couple of times I had a stall, but I never, ever, ever went up. So I could have gone into a major panic yesterday when I woke up and was almost a pound up. Because as I said, I've never gained. And I could have gone, oh my God, why did I have chocolate delight? Oh my God, I've put weight on. But you know why I didn't? A, because I don't see the point in beating yourself up. It's completely useless. It doesn't achieve anything. It doesn't change the fact that you just put the weight on. And it completely stuffs you up for the next few days because all you're doing is feeling guilt and shame and bad. And no one can make rational decisions in that space. So I always choose to be kind to myself and say, oh, well, it was an experiment. I tried chocolate delight. It didn't work. No big deal. I won't do it today. So that's the mindset that I bring to everything. But also, this mega list helped me because on the day where I lost where I put on 0.9 pounds, I still measured myself and look, my weight went down. You can see the yellow bits. My measurements went down there, 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 there. So my measurements went down up here, my bust, my waist, top of my leg, and my thigh. So do you know what that says to me? That 0.9 gain was not a gain of body fat. It was just my body holding on to water. My body was still breaking down fat. The HCG was still working. The protocol was still working. The reason it went up on the scales was because my body was filled with a couple of days worth of miracle noodles, which hadn't come out the other end yet because I'd had them that day as well. And I hadn't slept for about 5 nights. And I really believe your body needs rest in order to let the fat go, in order to be able to pee it out. It's one thing to remove it from your areas where it's stored. It's another thing to let it out of your body altogether so it doesn't show up on the scales. That's my little non-scientific theory, so take that for what it's worth. So the best thing about measuring yourself is if your weight goes up or you stall, you can really see if it's a real stall or if it's just to do with the fact that your body's retaining some water or it hasn't peed out the fat yet. It really doesn't mean you've messed up. It doesn't mean you've gained. So I think that that's really important to know. And it's why I'm so big on measuring. I've not yet had a day where my measurements didn't go down, so that shows me that every day my body's releasing some fat. Today, even though I dropped 2 pounds on the scales, I only lost measurements in 3 places. So that shows that the massive drop on the scales that I had today was just letting go of all the water and all the other fat that had been freed up. In the last few days, it was finally coming out of my body, you know? So you equally don't get too crazy excited by big drops on the scales because they don't reflect what's happening in your measurements either. Measurements is the most accurate. Oh look, I've got a little friend now. Isn't he cute?